In the shadowy corners of East Sepik Province, in the 1980s, where the nights were pitch dark and danger lurked unseen, a story of extraordinary courage unfolded. It was a time when only the strongest survived, and the brave carved their place in the annals of legend. Wewak, a coastal town in East Sepik Province, was known for its untamed beauty and turbulent undercurrents of violence. Among the many stories from this land, one stands out, a tale of two women who faced a night of unspeakable terror. Nicholas, a hard-working chef for the Moa military barracks, moved to Wewak with his family. Accompanying him were his wife Polina, their two young sons, and Polina's younger sister Monica. Due to a lack of housing near the barracks, they were allocated a secluded house along the highway leading to Lumi district. The house stood eerily alone, with no neighbors in sight, bordered by dense foliage and the distant hum of waves from a nearby beach. Every day, Nicholas left early for work and returned well past midnight. This left Polina and Monica alone in the dark, quiet house, preparing for the worst, ever watchful, ever alert. That fateful night was no ordinary one. As the town's electricity shut down, Monica felt an unease like never before. Her instincts screamed danger, her heart pounding as though warning her of what was to come. She whispered to Polina, "Something isn't right." They whispered together back. They hugged it out. They listened to the shifting motions, waiting for something to happen. They wasted no time. At first, Polina brushed off Monica's fears, but the look in her sister's eyes was enough to silence her doubt. The two women pressed themselves against the wall near the window. Then they heard it. The muffled sound of footsteps outside, whispers in the wind, and the faint shuffle of shadows moving closer. The main door, with its flimsy bathroom-style lock, rattled. Monica acted swiftly. She handed Polina a pot of water, boiling furiously on the iron stove, instructing her to stand on one side of the door. Monica, wielding a gleaming machete, positioned herself on the other side, her strong arms gripping the weapon with a fierce resolve. As the minutes ticked by, the women held their breath. The whispers grew louder. "They're asleep," one man muttered. "Let's get in and finish before the husband returns." The lock clicked. The door creaked open. Three men stepped inside, their eyes adjusting to the darkness. In an instant, Polina hurled the boiling water at the men. Their screams pierced the night air as the scalding liquid seared their skin. Before they could recover, Monica swung the machete with terrifying precision, slashing at anything in her reach. The attackers, now blinded and wounded, stumbled over one another, their cries of agony echoing as they fled into the night. The remaining men outside, terrified by the commotion, ran for their lives. When Nicholas returned shortly after, he found his wife and sister-in-law shaken but unharmed. The house bore the marks of the struggle, yet the women stood victorious. The following day, Monica tracked the injured men to the hospital, their burns and wounds betraying them. Without hesitation, she dragged them to the police station, where they confessed to their crimes. "They called me a monster," Monica would later recall with a wry smile. "But I wasn't afraid, not that night, not ever." The attackers were sentenced to a year in prison, forever haunted by the memory of Monica's courage. "She fought like a man," one admitted to the police. "When she followed us to the hospital, I was so scared, I wet myself." These men learned lesson that not all women are helpless, scared, and foolish. After the incident, the military gave accommodation to Nicola beside the barracks, and they stayed there until his contract with military was over, so they moved to Morobe Province.